so, because I guess there are several reasons. The first one is normally we learn better when we get involved. You may have heard this old saying that tell me and I forget, teach me and I remember, involve me and I learn. Yeah. So if students are involved more in completing the project, I believe they will learn the concept better. Okay, that's maybe one reason. Another reason is education itself is not only about teaching concept. It's also about some skills like problem solving, critical thinking. And those skills cannot be taught by conventional lecture. So I think getting students involved in project is a better way to learn some other skills besides those conventional concepts. Okay. I guess another possible reason is normally we get the feeling of fulfillment when we complete something, right? Yeah. So I believe by completing these projects, students are more motivated to learn those concepts. Okay, I guess there are some other reasons, but those are my opinions. Workload. First of all, it's a course of 4 credits. Yeah. It's 1 credit more than most of the conventional courses, right? The second part is in the last 2 weeks, we will not have any lectures, labs. So all the teaching time will be dedicated to doing the projects. Okay. So I believe it's somehow fair, right? But for any courses, I think there is a decision that must be made by students. Even you are taking a math course, you see Math 2011. How many hours should I put on this course? It's still your decision, right? Right. So at least personally, I believe it's okay. It's not that much. I think it's a tricky question. I do not have the answer, and I will not make a clear statement which one I prefer, but I can share with you some of my opinions. Okay? So if you go back to the word university, I believe it's a Latin word originally. Its meaning is a community of teachers and scholars. So teachers teach, scholars do research. So university itself includes 2 things. One is teaching, the other is research. So those are the 2 major tasks for any university. Well, if you want to see which one is more important, I'm not sure. I think they are benefiting each other. So on one hand, university is teaching future scholars who will do research, who will do different types of work in the future. Okay. On the other hand, research is also providing the knowledge we teach in class. All those knowledge we learn from textbooks, they were the result of research maybe 100 years ago. Okay. So research is also providing something for teaching, and teaching is providing something for research. Also, if you want to classify what is research, there are 4 types. They are called the scholarship of discovery, scholarship of integration, scholarship of application, and scholarship of education. Here, scholarship is not money. Scholarship means something scholars do. Basically, it's research. Yeah. Okay, so there are 4 categories of research. Discovery is what scientists guys will do. They discover. They observe the nature, they discover. Integration is more about using knowledge from multiple disciplines. Application is normally what engineering guys do. Like I'm from engineering school, right? We do application. Well, if you look at the last one, education itself is a subject of research. There are people doing research on education, engineering education. They got PhD from doing research on education. Okay? So education itself is also a subject of research. I will not say which one is more important. I will say they are working together to expand or scope of knowledge and make people's life better. Okay, that's my opinion. I will not say which one is more important. I believe from students' perspective, you will say professors should value more about education. Yeah, I agree. But on the other hand, you can imagine without research, what can we teach in 20 years, 30 years?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's always a win-win situation.
Okay.
Okay. Currently, I focus more on teaching. So if you look at my title, it's engineering education. But I do not think you can totally separate teaching and research. Because sometimes, even in a lecture, we are responsible to show students the most advanced or some new discovery, some new concepts, some new skills. You cannot say, I'm focusing on teaching, so I only do whatever no one, like in 10 years before in the history, I do not catch up with this new discoveries or new research result. That's not good teaching, right? On the other hand, if you purely do research, then you should think about this. Who will do research in the future? You will die eventually, right? Nobody can live forever. So you need to get new researchers to follow up, to catch up with your work. So you are also responsible in training the future researchers. So I do not think you can totally separate. But from university point of view, we can have different positions. Professors focusing on teaching, professors focusing on research, that's fine. But I think they should also do work on the other side. Okay? I guess it's related to what I said before. First of all, I think teaching is training future scholars who will expand our knowledge about the nature, who will make people's life better in the future. Okay, so I believe whatever we are doing on the earth is we are trying to understand the earth better so that human being can benefit, right? So teaching can train future scholars, researchers who will discover the universe, the nature, and make people's life better. Personally, to me, teaching gives me fulfillment, satisfaction. Personally, I believe in a sentence. As a person, you need to find a platform which makes you better and try to be someone which makes others better. And this job, this teaching, satisfies at least the second part, right? It makes me better. I talk with young people, so somehow it also helps me in the first part. It makes me better, and also I'm trying my best to make others better. Okay.